Alright, this is the second show in the series of the Young Politicians. We've got me and him, Greg and Aaron, and we've got a new admin, Tim. So what have you used, Tim?
Well, I'm slightly more right-wing than you, but I also am fairly reasonable in some respects.
Of course.
I'll be backing up these two and doing a little bit of our work as well.
Yep. So today we've got a quite important argument that's been in the news quite recently. It's the subject of gay marriage.
And we've got quite a few special guests to help us out with this. So if we'd like to see James, quite a liberal Christian, Akash, an atheist, and Mohammed, a Muslim. So we're going to be seeing how their views contribute to the arguments for and against homosexual marriage.
And we'll just sit on the sidelines and watch the debate and put our contribution in every now and then. So, James, what do you think of gay marriage?
Well, I think that, it's not something that we should all be fussing with. If people want to make a decision for themselves, that's their decision, but people who pressurise you doing that, the campaigns against gay marriage and all that, I think is pretty wrong.
Campaigns against gay marriage.
Campaigns against gay marriage are wrong.
Is that your...
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And the whole argument against it.
But are you for...
No.
Assuming you're for gay marriage?
I'm saying that people have a right to decide what they want to do.
So stick to your own beliefs,
Yeah.
don't go interfering with others.
Precisely.
I see.
No, it's fairly...
That's a reasonable argument.
All the admins agree with that.
Okay.
Akash?
Well, I agree with James, but I also think that gay marriage should be totally allowed. It's if you don't allow it, then you're stopping two people who love each other from being together. I just find that immoral and horrible and wrong. So I totally think that gay marriage should be allowed.
If I'm honest, I totally agree with Akash in that sense.
He would, but personally, if two people love each other, I have no objection to them living in a house together if they love each other and if they choose to do whatever they want to each other. But I don't believe that they should get married. Marriage is the unification between a man and a woman, not two men or two women.
Yes, but...
And a civil partnership is basically exactly the same as marriage.
However, marriage is, in the Bible, defined in the Bible as a unification between a man and a woman. If two people who are presumably atheists wish to get married, then why should they succumb to the rules stated by the Bible? That's like forcing your religion upon someone else.
But you've got to think of the moral values, though. The moral values. There are hate campaigns now.
There are.
There are hate campaigns.
It's the hate campaign's just
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
You see,
I don't support gay marriage on the principle that it is, or it has always been defined as between a man and a woman. I mean, two men can't have a child, neither can two women, so it's a pure technicality. I'm not against homosexuality, it's just gay marriage.
So,
Right.
simple argument.
Now, I think we'll go to Mohammed.
Here's the Islamic view.
Well, my view on gay marriage is that people will accept it and other people won't accept it. Now, there was a case a few weeks ago where a gay couple wanted to get married in the church and it was not allowed. Now here I think that this was okay, but it was not allowed because the people in the church were practitioners of the Bible, and they didn't, through the Bible they believed that it wasn't right. Now I believe that this was right, but people who find gay marriage right and find it fine should open churches and welcome gay people to be married and live their life happily. But you will get people who are for and against, and you'll have to accept that, even if you're gay. There's people that accept people for what colour of the skin they are, but there's some people don't. It's exactly the same, so you have to sort of agree with what people want to say.
That's fair enough. So I think what it comes down to is whether you consider marriage a religious or a social issue. If it's a religious issue, then obviously you'll be thinking, no, of the Bible, yeah. But if it's a social issue, in which case it probably will be, due to gays, you don't really find many Christian gays, because if there are Christian gays, they'll probably try to suppress their emotions.
I've got another question for the group now. Do you think it's right that the British law's been changed to favour gay marriage? Aaron?
Personally, I do, because society's changed. Like, just this past century, a white person and a black person wouldn't be allowed to marry. Now we all consider it to be totally acceptable, and would consider it unacceptable for it to be any other way. I think it should be on the right side of history and legalise gay marriage.
Do you think it's moral that the British law has been changed to favour gay marriage?
Well, it's, as Aaron said, that it would be between interracial marriage wouldn't be allowed, but that is generally still straight. So it's still between a man and a woman, as it has always been defined
In the Bible.
and social. But it's also the government has been trying to force the Church of England to accept gay marriage, which is counterproductive really for equality, because you're making a certain group do something they don't believe in. It's wrong.
Yes, what do you think?
I think that, you know, the law changing is a good thing. People who are gay are not so much discriminated against nowadays, but I must say that I don't think the government should be allowed to force churches to marry gays, because it's, you know, the church is not always government property. The government, it's private property, and it is religious ground, and people are allowed to, church is allowed to control what goes on inside it. So.
Oh, I totally agree with Aaron on this point. I think the Bible, if we use the Bible as our laws today, it's totally outdated. We can't use it as a guideline for today's society. And I think we need to stop living in the past and move on and accept different ethnic groups, different religions, different sexual orientations. I think that it's completely completely right to do so.
Well, the Bible, to me, I still believe, I slightly agree with Aaron and Akash, but I don't believe that the Bible is outdated. I believe that through what we have now in our modern world, it's just been interpreted differently.
So, do you think that we should still kill people for practicing magic, or allow people to have slaves, or to stop people from eating prawns?
See,
that's in the Bible.
Yeah, but that's...
Let's face it, the Bible, as society changes, so too must the laws of the land. The Bible is only relevant to laws 3,000 years ago, not in 2013.
Exactly. So if a man lieth with another man, he shall be stoned. Not anymore.
It's uncivilized in a Western democracy now.
That's very true. All right then.
All right. Well, that's pretty much concludes our argument on gay marriage. Please tell us what you think about it in the comments. But
Subscribe.
Subscribe, like. You just said it for me. That's it. See you later.